My grandfather found me sleeping in the car. Son, what about the house I gave you? Didn't you like it? My mother answered, we took it from him and gave it to his sister. She has a family and deserves it more. My grandfather knocked on my car window at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. I jumped so hard I hit my head on the roof. I'd been sleeping in my Honda Civic for 3 weeks, parked behind the grocery store where I worked the night shift. Grandpa's face went from confused to horrified when he saw the pillow and blanket in the back seat and the milk crate of clothes in the trunk. Why are you sleeping in your car? He asked, his voice breaking. I didn't know what to say. He'd given me that house 8 months ago, signed the deed over on my 23rd birthday and said, every man needs a foundation. Build your life from here. It was his rental property, a small 2-bedroom he'd owned for 30 years. I spent 4 months fixing it up. New paint, new flooring I installed myself, repaired the fence, planted a garden in the backyard. I was so proud of that house. Then my mom called. Your sister Wendy needs the house. Wendy was 28 with 2 kids and a husband named Trent who hadn't held a job in 3 years. They'd been living with my parents and apparently everyone was miserable. Grandpa gave that house to me. I said, Wendy has children. You're single. You don't need a whole house. It's in my name. He put it in my name. That's when my mom told me what she'd done. While I was at work, she'd gone to my house with Wendy and Trent. They used the spare key I'd given my mom for emergencies. They moved Wendy's furniture in and moved mine to a storage unit. When I got home that night, the locks were changed and Trent answered the door in my living room eating pizza on my couch. Your mom said we could have it, he said with his feet on my coffee table. I called my mom screaming. She said I was being selfish and that family helps family. She said Wendy's kids needed stability and I could find an apartment. When I said the deed was in my name, she laughed. I had Wendy take the deed from your filing cabinet. We already talked to a lawyer about transferring it. I went to the police. They said it was a civil matter. I went to a lawyer. He said I had a strong case, but it would take months and cost thousands I didn't have. My mom told every relative I was being greedy and refusing to help my sister's children. My dad wouldn't return my calls. Wendy posted photos of my house on Facebook calling it her fresh start and getting hundreds of congratulations. The garden I planted was already dying because nobody watered it. That Tuesday morning, Grandpa stood in the parking lot shaking. Not from cold, from rage. He got in his truck without another word. I followed him. We drove straight to my house. Grandpa didn't knock. He used his master key that my mom didn't know existed because he'd owned that property for 30 years and kept a copy of every key ever made for it. Trent was asleep on my couch at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. Wendy came out of my bedroom in my bathrobe. Grandpa, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? His voice filled the whole house. Mom said we could have it. I gave this house to your brother, not your mother, not you. Wendy started crying. But I have kids. He's single. He doesn't need all this space. He's been sleeping in his car for 3 weeks while your husband sleeps on his couch. Grandpa pulled out his phone and called my mom on speaker. Hey Dad, how are you? She said sweetly. Did you steal a house from your son and give it to your daughter? Silence. It wasn't stealing. I redistributed it to the child who needed it more. You redistributed my property that I gave to him? Wendy has babies. He's a grown man. He can figure it out. He figured it out by sleeping in a parking lot. My mom paused. He's being dramatic. Grandpa's voice dropped low and cold. You have 48 hours to move your daughter out or I'm pressing charges for breaking and entering, theft of legal documents and fraud against all 3 of you. You wouldn't do that to your own family, my mom whispered. You did it to your own son. Wendy and Trent were out in 36 hours. They left holes in the walls and stains on the carpet I'd installed myself. Grandpa helped me move back in and we spent a weekend fixing the damage. He added a deadbolt and told me to never give my mother a key again. Last week, Wendy called asking to borrow money for a deposit on an apartment. I said no. She said I was heartless. I said I learned it from Mom.